one's here yet, except for my wife. She's kind of sitting here idling. And, thought we put somebody else in here, talk to people, hopefully. She's kind of working around the house now. I'll just sit here and wait for everybody to come in. Hopefully some people will come in. We'll see. If nobody comes in now, it's most likely just delete this one. We'll see how that works. That light helps a little bit more than I thought it did. I wasn't sure it was helping at all. But I guess it is. A little bit anyway. I'll be excited to work on some more videos here. Hopefully this weekend with the new camera. I had to play around with it today to see how it worked. Had a little trouble getting the remote to work, understanding it. For some reason, the book didn't come with a section for the remote, so I had to figure everything out. I think I got it mostly figured out. We'll go do some close-up shots. Probably going to do one on mixing paint. How to mix the basic colors and make the special colors, we call them. Like alizarin crimson, and how to make your own sap green, how to make black, how to make green, how to make sap green, bright green, all kinds of different green shades. How to make brown, all kinds of different colors. But I mean, when you run out of paint, you can mix your own with certain colors that you have. It's all helpful things to learn and to know as an artist. Hey, Recon, how you doing? Glad you came in. I was wondering if anybody was going to come in today. Can you hear me, Recon? You can barely hear me, huh? Okay. Let me get a little bit closer. Is that better? Did you turn your volume down? That's what I do. I turn my volume down. I'll look at my settings and see if the volume is up for the microphone. Oh, I see why. There, is that better? How's that? I had the wrong input on the microphone. That should be a lot better. Yeah, there you go. That's what it was. For some reason, it was switched over to my headphone. But I may have to switch it back over to my camera. When I saw the third person come in, I actually thought it was going to be 58C Brock. She usually is the first one in. Maybe she hasn't seen the um, YouTube advertisement for it yet. Tonight was just going to be kind of a BS session, just to shoot the ball with everybody and answer any questions they have, stuff like that. I've been experimenting with my new camera today. I got a new video camera because I was using my phone, and I have another camera out there that I've been doing most of the stuff with. But I decided to get a video camera because I wanted to have the feature for zooming in. Yes, I did. I sure did. Yeah. Uh, yeah, that was quite amazing. Uh, how that he made that cutter to shred that painting. I noticed it didn't quite do the whole painting. It did most of it, but not the whole thing. But yeah, I did watch it. Right after we got offline, I went over to it and watched it. But for some reason, they seem to. I think they actually think there's still a value to it, even though it got shredded. So I guess we'll have to find out and see later on if it maintained any kind of a value or not. I gotta turn my phone down. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. You're probably getting lag too from me, I would imagine. I think my internet is horrible here. I live way out in the middle of the woods. Oh, I bet he does. I bet he does. Yeah, his painting reminds me a lot of Norman Rockwell, but the one I did see anyway. I mean, if that painting was worth all that money, I can imagine what the other painting is probably worth. I'm sure he gets mega money for them. Is the guy still alive? I'm assuming that he is, but it's pretty rare for an artist to get that kind of money while they're alive. I know Da Vinci did sell paintings, but he certainly didn't get the kind of money they're worth now. Van Gogh only sold one in his whole life, but Renoir sold some. But they didn't get the kind of money that the millions of dollars are worth now. I must be really lagging a lot tonight. Might be my phone. Oh, good, good. Yeah, some of those people that paint buildings and stuff, they're incredible artists. I mean, that's a lot of painting to do. I've watched some on YouTube, some guys that do paintings, and they get a lot of money to do it, but not millions, that's for sure. But they do get pretty good money. When I see one guy, he did a huge mural for some company, and had I think there's an eagle and lions painted, I think, and a couple other animals and stuff. And, but it was beautiful. He did a beautiful job. I've never tried to do one like that on the side of a building. thought about it once or twice. Now, my father was a train enthusiast, and he had a big, huge building for his trains. I mean, he literally had probably 30 sets of trains in there at least. And I did do the whole backdrop for the whole building of mountain scenes and trees and, brooks and rivers and whatever, lakes and stuff. So I did do that. That took a while to paint all that, but um, that's probably the biggest thing I've ever painted was that big room of his. And I think that was on sheetrock. So I had to prime everything, a couple of coats of a primer. But it was actually done in oil. We did the whole thing in oil, which took quite a while for it to dry thoroughly. I'm surprised Minnie hasn't come in. I mean, she's left a couple of messages for me about missing the live streams, but I've only got her in here once. I'm surprised she hasn't been coming in, and she had to click her bell to get notified all the time because she was not getting notifications. And she did fix it, I think, but I'm surprised she's not jumping in. Okay, yeah, no problem, no problem. Well, maybe the time you get back, we'll get some other people in here, hopefully. Maybe Brock will get in. I know her time is way different than ours, and she does some kind of a dog training class. Well, you missed the one that she was in. I think it was about three live sessions we had ago. She showed up, but then again, it was just me, Brock, and Minnie. Nobody else came in. That's fine. That's fine. I actually figured she'd be here most of the time. If it's just getting everybody together, coming in, because Matt's been to one or two of them, and because only two or three show up at different times, they never seem to hit each other. The first one I did, we had 8 people. Two of them we didn't even know who they were; they just popped in, but they were here for a while, and they actually did artwork themselves. So that was pretty interesting. One of them was a little bit cocky, but he settled down after a while. He was almost on the verge of being rude, but I got him to settle down. But so far, excuse me, from the old group, I have seen in chat you, Minnie, 58C Brock, Matt, Doc has popped in a couple of times. She's doing okay. She's not actually here right now. I just logged her in on my phone, so it had somebody in here so people would feel like they weren't being alone when it came in. And especially if they didn't know me, they didn't know who was here. So you're just kind of wasting time, basically. I think she's actually reading on her Android right now. But it's not. She's liable to pick up the phone at some point start chatting with people because she does like to chat online, or she used to. So I think once she got to know some people like Minnie and Brock and Matt and you and everything, she'd probably be uh, more into chatting some more. But she doesn't paint or anything like that. So she actually does jewelry classes um, for our clients here. But she doesn't do much painting. A couple of times she's gone out to the studio with me and we painted a couple of simpler pictures, but that was about it. She has to be pretty bored, I think, to want to paint. And the couple of times she did, she actually asked me about going out and doing a painting, which kind of surprised me. Usually she doesn't. My daughter Jennifer pops in a lot of times. She hasn't jumped on in a while. I probably should text her and have her jump in just for the heck of it. Maybe she will. In fact, while you're doing what you're doing, I'm going to do that real quick. See if I can get her to jump in and say hello anyway. Okay, I'm back. Really? It's snowing? I guess you don't want me to tell you that it's like 65 here. It was actually 72 today, earlier. And I think tomorrow it's supposed to be up to about 76. I think if I remember right. I think the next 5 days we're supposed to have some pretty warm weather. Oh, my phone's going off. My daughter must be texting me back. Should have brought it in here with me. Oh, I bet Brock's here now. Someone's coming in. Somebody was coming in. Probably Brock. Let me grab my phone real quick, see what she's saying. Yeah, my daughter, she's coming in here. She might be here already, I don't know. Somebody just joined. Hello, whoever just joined. I don't see who it is yet. Yeah, it does get pretty cold up there because in my program on this end for the studio part of it, it shows if somebody's waiting or how many people are here. There's actually five now, so it means two more are coming in. Um, I'm most likely lagging some, so well, it shows four now, but evidently somebody else is coming in too. Probably Brock or my daughter or both. Probably both of them are. There, that's my daughter. Hello, Jennifer. I'll have to ask your mother what you asked me on the phone and let you know. Rika, my daughter, she also paints. Someone else was trying to come in. I probably was Brock, but I haven't seen him yet. The numbers keep lying to me on the studio here. It says four, then five, then three. It's going back and forth. Probably lagging. That's probably what it is. Rika and I were talking about this famous artist that did a painting, Jennifer, that um, it shredded. He didn't want anybody to sell it, so he put some shredders in it. And when it was at the auction for millions of dollars, the second that the gravel went down to sell the painting literally shredded itself. The frame that he built around the painting had shredders in it, and as soon as it sold, it shredded. Yeah, yeah, Banksy. Yeah, you have to look that up on. That's pretty interesting, Jennifer. If you look up that name on YouTube, it'll show about the guy. It's pretty interesting. He's still alive. He paints huge murals on buildings and stuff like that. A very famous person. Like Recon's up in Ohio where it's snowing. It's nice and cold up there. 25 degrees up there in Ohio, he said. She's been in New Hampshire too, though, Recon, so she knows what cold is all about. She lived up in the White Mountains too. Whereas where we lived, you could get down to about 30 below zero up by Mount Washington. Really? Wow. Huh. I think it's illegal to actually do stuff on dollar bills. If they call it defacing federal currency. I'm surprised he didn't get in trouble for it. thought sure Brock would have been in here by now. Maybe she couldn't get in. So, last time she joined while she was on the phone driving her car, which made it a bit difficult. Well, yeah, that's one way they could find out. Probably could get the fingerprints off one of the frames or something like that. I'll bet money he will eventually reveal himself if he doesn't die first. But eventually he'll reveal himself because he's going to want to be part of history as far as his paintings go. And he's going to want to have his real name involved in that, I would imagine. Because the myth of it will still be there surrounding him. In fact, it might even make it so his stuff's worth even more. See, I'm showing 4 participants now. So somebody's either coming in or this thing's just lying to me again. I'm getting so this the studio here, I don't believe it sometimes. And she's a New Hampshire girl. She was born up in Littleton, New Hampshire, up pretty close to Mount Washington. In fact, yeah, she just became a grandmother about a month ago or so ago, month and a half ago maybe. Yeah, New Hampshire. She just got herself a nice little grandson, cute little devil, which is my great grandson. But she's a grandmother. Jennifer's my oldest of 4 kids. Yeah, she's as proud as can be. She's been wanting a grandchild for a long time. See, I'm showing I got 4 participants now, but looking there's only 3. This program must be buggy or something. They supposedly fixed that problem, but evidently they didn't. Jennifer, do you see the difference in the lights now? My video looks a lot better now, I think. Sure I am. Believe it or not, I'll be 65 in May. I don't look that old, I know. Believe me, I've had some older ladies, or ladies that were even younger than me, that didn't believe I was my age. I literally had to show them my driver's license to prove it. Actually, I have 2 great grandchildren, and I have 15 grandchildren. Jennifer paints. My son Christopher paints. My son Christopher, he paints some pretty wild stuff. He's the one that Disney wanted to paint for them. Yeah, but I'm 65. That's the difference. I mean, while your father's 75, he's older than me. But what can I tell you? My kids all started out young. They didn't wait. And my daughter Jennifer, she's in her 40s too, and she's a grandmother. So you could be a grandfather yourself there, Recon. Yeah, I'm showing 4 people again, but still only 3 people here. Weird. I think it counts me once in a while. Now it shows 5. That's strange. Maybe somebody's coming in now. No, must have changed your mind. Well, I know you asked about paintings a long time ago when I started posting them, the videos if I sold them. Like I think I told you already that maybe I didn't. Maybe it's just Brock I told, but I'm going to do an online video at some point where I'm going to offer a lot of my paintings out for like half price. Yeah, for sure. And by the way, Recon, my name is Kim, Kim. See what it says, Kim Casta Art? You keep calling me Ken. But I'll answer to anything. It don't matter. I moved my screen for a second. I want the ASD nowhere here. See if he wants to jump in. Well, that's not very nice. You got fired for assaulting kids. Wow. Well, he should have been. He should have been fired for that. Yeah. Well, usually up north they didn't put up with that at all. Down here in the south, when I was younger, which was a long time ago, they still do. They still had corporal punishment. They allow the teachers to whip your kids butt here in Florida. Ain't much you can do about it. But they finally got where you can actually tell them they're not allowed to do that. So then they go with the suspension rule, I believe. What's a big gap? year and a half and 16 years old. Wow. A girl and a boy, um, Recon? Yeah. Florida held on to a lot of the old practices for a long, long time. They definitely believed in uh, spare the rod, spoil the child. Ah, two boys. Well, at least you don't have to worry about daughters. They can be trouble, I'll tell you that. Well, the boys can too, but the daughters you tend to carry the shotgun for, the boys you don't. I sent ASD a message on Discord. Maybe he'll jump in and say howdy too. We'll see. I'm not sure, but I think he said something about he was doing a live thing on his channel too sometimes for gaming or something. Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, one of each is great. You get a boy and a girl. That's the way we had. I mean, we had Jennifer first and my son Mark, but we didn't stop. We decided to have another girl and a boy. Oh, my daughter lost connection. Looks like she'll be back probably. I think somebody's been trying to join, but for some reason they've been having trouble. Jennifer was our first, and I didn't really care if it was a boy or a girl, really. I mean, most guys want a boy first. Well, my pennies, the smaller ones, usually around 125, and that's usually without the frame. Sometimes I'll put frames on if I happen to have some around. My 16 by 20s, they're usually around 175 to 200. When I go up bigger than that, of course, the price goes up from there. Like I just did a picture of Roger Sherman as an old delegate from the American Revolution for a guy up in Hartford, Connecticut, because Roger Sherman helped uh, found. He's one of the founders of Hartford, Connecticut, and he was like a history guy, and he used to do lectures on Roger Sherman. And I did that one for I think it was $600. But I've done some for as much as $1,000 before. Depends on the size and what it is I'm painting. But the ones that I'll be selling online here will be cheap. The 11 by 14s, I'm going to try to keep them around $50, $60, and that's including shipping. But I'm not going to frame them. And the reason I'm not going to frame them is because if I go buy a frame and put it on, they got to add the price of the frame, and then it actually triples the shipping cost. So if you if you just get it without a frame and get your own frame, you actually save money. It's cheaper. So it's silly to do that. You can get an 11 by 14 frame that's pretty nice at the Dollar General or the Family Dollar store, and for like $5 or $6. Oh, there's ASD. Yeah. What are you pissed off about now, ASD? Say hello to Recon. He's been in here for a while. Glad to see you made it. Yeah, I had Minnie on the other night. You missed her. How's your channel going there, ASD? Is it you doing good on it? I think ASD's been doing a lot with his channel lately. At least that's what he told me. I think the last time was he was pretty busy on that one. I signed up for Twitch ASD, but I haven't done much with it yet. I'm not sure. What's the requirements to be an affiliate? Yeah, that's true, Recon. Wow, so watch the language in here, though. ASD, we've got ladies in here. When you calm down, ASD, tell me what the requirements are to be an affiliate. I don't know if you heard me or not on Twitch. Yeah, we got everybody's 18 plus here tonight for sure. Well, I did sign up for Twitch myself, but there wasn't really that much artwork going on at Twitch that I could really see. I did sign up Kimcast Art there, but I'll take a look at it some more and see and read the requirements and all that good stuff. It's another chat place, kind of like Twitter, I think. Is that the way they describe it, ASD? Twitch is like Twitter, right? But it's got groups and stuff and whatever. You can get it right on your phone. Gaming. I think there's really more gaming there than anything else. I've looked around some on it. That's about all. Plus, Twitch doesn't help me much for YouTube. I mean, I have to concentrate on YouTube for me to uh, eventually get monetized so that it'll help me buy some paint and canvas and all that stuff. But anyway, before I forget Recon, I will be doing a video. I don't think it's against I don't think it's against YouTube's rules anyway, but where I'm gonna just video every one of the paintings I'm gonna have for sale and what the prices will be on them, with the titles of them. But they'll all be from my lessons on YouTube, every one of them. Probably gonna start with 5 or 6 of them. When I sell those, then I can use the money for more material for YouTube. That's what I'm selling it for, so I get the money for YouTube. I'll pay for some more paint, canvas, uh, other hardware, the camera stuff and lighting and whatever. Yeah, I think Twitch has been out for a while, Jennifer. I'm not sure how long, but I've heard of it in the past, but I didn't ever bother with it really until recently. I signed up for it, but I haven't been back yet. Maybe once I went back. Like I said, it seemed to be more geared toward gaming than art or painting. I did see a few people that did do painting, but they had very few followers, like 20 followers or so, something like that, which is not very many. Of course, I guess I could always get on Twitch and maybe get some of the ones there and get them to come over here. Um, are you talking about something like a bigger one, like say like a 22 by 28 or a 24 by 36? I mean, that's a real big one over a couch. Of course, the other thing is whether it's framed or not, and of course the shipping is a whole different ballgame. That's depends on the size and the weight. Yeah, yeah. See, there is art on there, but there's not that much of it. But anyway, big as hell, 24 by 36, without a frame. You're talking about a landscape. Um, I could probably do one not framed, probably for about 350. That's probably the cheapest I would do it for, and plus shipping. And I would imagine shipping would be somewhere around $60 at least, $60, $70, but maybe less because there's no frame. If you buy your own frame, it's much cheaper because the frames are really heavy for a painting that size. Now, if somebody's willing to pay the extra for it, that's fine. But the biggest problem I always have is people want frames that fit their house. If they have a certain decor in the house, or the wife does, or whatever, you know, they're better to buy their own frame to match their decor. And that's just being honest. You know, it's not it's kind of rare that I actually find a frame put on a painting that people really want that matches their decor. Smaller paintings it's not so critical, but something way bigger and you have a living room, well they may want a brown frame, a wood frame, a black frame, or gold frame. I mean, there's all kinds of scenarios there. And if they say what they really want and I can find one, then show them a picture of the frame and they decide they want it, then that's what we do and get the frame and do it that way. In the fall, probably like I said, probably the cheapest would be about $350, $400, something like that. Depends on the time it takes and how much detail there is in it. That's really what it is, the amount of detail. But that's a ballpark figure. Um, I've sold them for way more than that too. Believe me, way more than that. But I'd probably be willing to do one for around that price without the frame, like I said. Because the canvas alone for a 24 by 36 is going to be probably about 50, $60 anyway, something like that for a good canvas. And then paint and all that stuff, time. And of course, it would help if somebody gave me a picture of something like what they wanted, really, so I had a better idea exactly what they want. Okay, sure. Of course, it won't be exactly like the picture, but give me an idea. It's hard to read somebody's mind, so if you have something that you like, then that's what I would go by, something like that. A lot of people they want mountains and trees and a lake and stuff like that. Some people want a cabin or even want a boat ramp with a boat there or something, a rowboat, things like that. Different scenarios. All right, Jennifer, have a good night. Thanks for coming on. Okay, no problem, ASD. No problem. I've been hoping that some of the other guys would jump in too, but they haven't. I really hoped Matt, Minnie, and Brock would jump in, and maybe Doc. That would have been nice. That's why I kind of put it as an all-purpose chat tonight, not really focused so much on art. Yeah, recall when you talk to them, think about, you know, if y'all want to get your own frame, it's better. It's actually better. But if you don't, that's fine too. I don't mind getting one as long as you know it's going to cost more with the frame. The frame's definitely going to be added on to the cost of the painting, and then the shipping is going to be more. The advantage is it'll be all, it'll be already mounted, and I'll usually will put the right wire on it in the right spot and everything, so you can hang it up as soon as you get it, basically. And it does ship a little bit safer. I can ship it to you sooner if it's in a frame because I'll just cover the top with uh, really strong cardboard because it'll be in oil, and that way you can get it a lot faster. Oil takes 6 months to thoroughly dry, but you won't have to wait that long. I can ship it usually within a month because then the surface is dry, and I can put a special archival varnish on the top of it, which will actually firm up. As long as you don't let people touch it, push on the paint, whatever, it'll be fine. Well, it depends on what kind of frame you want and how fancy you want it to be. I mean, you can get a cheaper, thinner frame that's not very wide, like an inch and a half wide, or you can get one that's 2 inches wide or 3 inches, and you that's where you have to look at some frames yourself and decide something like what you want. Um, a frame that's 24 by 36 can be anywhere from at least $50 to well over $100 for that size frame, plus the shipping. If it's a gold frame with a gold gill, you can bet it's going to be a lot more than that. But if it's just a wood frame, a plain wood frame, maybe with a gold inlay on it or something like that, or a white inlay or something, I'd say you should probably figure it's going to be an extra $100 probably for a nice one, plus the shipping. So that's the problem with it. You're shipping it two ways. You got to ship it. It's going to be shipped to me when it's bought, and then we got to ship it again when we ship it to you. So you're getting double shipped on that. If I happen to have had one here, it'd be a little bit different, but I don't. Sometimes I go to yard sales and garage sales and whatever, and I find frames like that size, that are perfectly good, that look really. Of course, I won't sell one if it's not good. Yeah, there's a good chance I may go ahead and do another live stream tomorrow, so watch for it. It'll be probably around 10:30, 11 o'clock, something like that. And I'm sure ASD is listening. More than likely, Brock will probably join us tomorrow too, and hopefully Minnie will jump in tomorrow too. Maybe Doc and some of the other ones, Matt, whatever. I sent them both. I sent them all messages and let them know that we're look on Amazon Recon because they've got lots of frames on Amazon. Just make sure you write the size down, 24 by 36. And in fact, you could even, if you do want a painting, you could actually buy the frame and have them just ship it to me. Works that way too. That's not a problem. Oh, you're getting a link on that guy's paintings. That's okay. More than likely, Brock will watch this video anyway. Hello, Brock. You missed us. You did too, Minnie, if you're watching. And Matt. So if y'all watch the video tomorrow, remember we're probably going to do another live stream tomorrow, so people will be here. Okay, I got it. Thanks, Recon. I'll definitely watch it. I guess you're saying you gotta go. Okay, no problem. We've been going for an hour anyway, so a little over that, so no problem. Good night, Recon. I'll see you later. Have a good one. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. More than you know. I hate being here by myself. And it's happened a few times. Take care. Yeah, I will definitely be watching it, without a doubt. Take care. Have a good night. ASD, if you can hear me, I'm going to go ahead and shut it down for the night. We'll be back on again tomorrow night if you want to jump in with us. And we'll catch you then. Hopefully, we'll get even more here tomorrow night. So have a good night there, ASD, if you can hear me. We'll catch you later.